Welcome back to the Take Podcast, a member of the Royal Aquatic Network. And here, we seek to cover the news that isn't considered popular or relevant enough in today's media landscape, and some things that are. World news and topics from all continents. Yes, even Antarctica will be covered, ranging from environmental, culture, history, politics, and economics. With that being said, we'd also like to give a shout out to a conscious hip hop artist from Minnesota. Not only is she talented in the vocal department, but she's also the producer of 612 Beats. So thank you, Waterstyle, for not only what you contribute to this podcast when it comes to this excellent music, as well as on the Patreon, but to the industry as a whole. With that, as always, enjoy and feel free to reach out and keep this an interactive experience. Welcome back to the Take Podcast with your host, Sean D. James. And as you can see from this week's title, we are clearly about to get dug in. Now, I believe we can all agree shelter is shelter, no matter its shape, form, or size. When you hear the word shelter, you automatically think safety. So, the question is, why does Switzerland have 374,142 bunkers and likely more? That's a lot of shelter. You know what? Speaking of shelter, they say we have a housing shortage going on right now. Not just here in America, but all around the world. And they say the issue is shortages, from labor to supplies to buyers. But one company has chosen to put themselves at the forefront of being a solution to that problem. And that company is Boxable. Boxable is a Las Vegas, Nevada-based company that specializes in prefab modular homes with a twist. And that twist is innovation. You see, they've taken the assembly line model and applied it to their 170,000 square foot factory. This has allowed them to develop the Casita. The Casita is Boxable's first modular design. This unit is a 375 square foot, 20 by 20, water, bug, and mold resistant, fire retardant, and high winds. Oh, it can withstand high winds. Full kitchen, full bathroom, and wheelchair accessible dwelling unit. Now, all that sounds good, but what makes it really stand out? You said they do an assembly line, man. Okay, cool. Okay. What makes it really stand out? Well, this is where the innovation comes into play. Because your 20 by 20 dwelling unit is foldable. And when I say foldable, I mean just that. It folds down to an 8.5 wide by 12 foot tall, easy and efficient shipping unit. This is what innovation looks and sounds like. Not only that, but upon delivery, it can be set up and ready to go within an hour. Yes, an hour. No more of those, you know what, I think I want an attachment to the house. Maybe we should get an ADU. We could use an additional dwelling unit. Make a little extra money with, Airbnb, Verbo, or just put it online. Hey, we have a housing unit available. Well, with Boxable, that's a possibility now. So, the question here is, what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description below and see what the future looks like for renters and home buyers alike. Because with a modular unit, prefab homes, the possibilities are always endless. Now that we're back after that brief commercial insert, let's get on to this week's episode. Bunkers, safety and the cost. Now, as I stated before the commercial, why Switzerland has 374,142 bunkers, and likely more. This is the title of a video suggested to me by my YouTube algorithm. Gotta give it to that algorithm, man. Every now and then you get some random video pop up and you just go, this is actually intriguing. I like this. Like, what the hell? Who is this person? Let me subscribe. I'm on somebody's new channel. Hit the bell. Yep, because I definitely want to know when you upload more. Every now and then, those algorithms, they do come in handy. I'll give them that. The video was made by Emmy Award-winning journalist Johnny Harris of The Newsroom. And I have to say, this video was well done. Not just in quality, but the visuals, the research, like everything about it. I was just like, yo, subscribe. I'm on my man's channel. Like, let's go. This is some good quality stuff right here, man. So shout out to Johnny Harris and everybody at the Newsroom. This is a subject that comes to mind at least once a year due to my feelings on safety and preservation. This was a major shocker to me because I never knew this about the questionable neutral country of Switzerland. I say questionable because, like most European countries, they chose to impose sanctions on Russia, along with providing aid to Ukraine in the form of financial care packages. Now, at the time of this recording, their government is awaiting approval for $140 million. $140 million francs, or $151 million humanitarian aid package. But this also includes the country of Moldova. So it's not all for Ukraine. They're looking out for their other neighbors out there. So kudos to Switzerland on that one. So far, they've already provided 1.3 billion francs, or conversion time, $1,382,449,900 exact, to aid those affected by the war. So in order to stay neutral in the face of this global conflict, they have maintained a self-defense only and not offense-capable equipment it provides to the buyers of its military arms. This means that countries like Germany, Denmark, and Spain will not be re-exporting their Swiss-made armored vehicles, anti-aircraft guns, or tanks containing Swiss components. Okay. I see I got playing a little balancing act there. I get that. I get it. I believe this was one of the reasons Germany didn't want to provide tanks when first demanded upon doing so by the U.S. government. I still find that funny. Like, what? Well, hold up. The U.S. government is telling the German government, hey, we say we need tanks. You gonna provide those for Ukraine. Do it. Like, what? Hey, bro, we allies here, but don't overstep your boundaries. You're doing too much. You're doing too much with that. Like, you trying to bully us. Like, look, man, stop that shit. Calm down with that. Even with Ukrainian officials pleading with aid like Kiev mayor and former multiple world heavyweight boxing champion Vitaly Volodymyrovich Klitschko, who stated, "I asked Switzerland to supply defense weapons that protect people's lives. When it comes to humanitarian rights, to life and death, to war and peace, you cannot be neutral." Y'all hear that? Y'all hear the click it, the crickets? You got nobody heard the crickets? Hold on, let me see something. Oh, that was the sound of a pin drop. Yeah, I call bullshit on that. The country of Austria is doing exactly what it stands for: neutrality. See, unlike its European compatriots, Sweden and standalone Switzerland, Austria has shown no signs of picking a side in this war thanks to its unique history. During the 1950s, Austria was ideologically similar to that of Western countries, yet stayed tied to its Eastern traditions thanks to a shared history with both Central and Eastern European countries that used to belong, wait for it, to the Austrian Hungarian Empire of 1867 to 1918. That empire building really, that really comes in handy. I mean, you see these YouTube commercials. Hey, want to play War of Nations? Want to play this? Want to build this empire? Want to do this and that? Them things can get addictive. I personally, I don't play mobile games like that. But I remember playing Dynasty Warriors Empire mode, and you just be sitting there trying to take land. It's addictive. So I can see how actually doing this in real life and having people out there dying for your cause, and then you conquer all this land, is like, it's a power rush. I can I can truly imagine how much of a power rush that can be for just one individual, let alone two countries united as one. Now, this, along with its rise to prominence throughout the decades as a bridge builder nation, is why Austria never dealt with permanent occupation or separation by the former USSR, thanks to the Austrian State Treaty of 1955, which meant complete neutrality during the Cold War. So here it is, they saying, oh, the US trying to start another Cold War with Russia, with this proxy war with Ukraine. And now they trying to get another Cold War. They trying to get not even a Cold War, they want to get a colder war. They want to be freezing out here against China. Well, it's going to be countries like Austria, you know, Sweden and Switzerland, if they can truly stay neutral. That's going to say, hey, hey, bruh, we ain't got nothing to do with that. Bruv, it's not our business. Piss off. You trying to come in for a spa? Or you trying to get massages? You want to get away with the fam? Come on through. You trying to bring that bullshit? Nah. Not through this door. Namaste. Namaste and fuck off. Like, we not playing that here. Treaties make all the difference when it comes to political affairs. With neutrality seen as part of its identity, it's easy to see why support is low for Ukraine within the Austrian population. Wanting to take a stance of staying disengaged when it comes to world politics is becoming extremely harder with consistent scrutiny from not just Western countries, but also Eastern, who have chosen to support Ukraine and vilify Russia for its actions. I'm not saying Russia is innocent, but have full context on matters and just accepting, everything you hear, that's how you get in trouble. That's how things get worse. Context is key. I'm just saying. Austria's president, Alexander Van der Bellen, has actually taken time to visit Kiev since the war has started, while his current chancellor, Karl Nehammer, is the first and only European to visit Moscow during this war. Huh. Now, if that ain't neutral, I don't know what is. I mean, what? Okay, let's get a little more into it. This is what keeps them true to their identity and being bridge builders as a potential location of peace talks. Now, we've heard all this talk about peace and, well, Russia wants these to stay, these territories to stay as neutral away from Ukraine because they've already said, hey, we're Russian and we want to be annexed and we're staying this way. Western countries are like, no, they have to go back to Ukraine. We need the lines to go back to pre-war. We need 2014 level. I'm like, what? What you need is peace talks. Let's take a pause here and let's go over to Austria and let's talk. While we just go get some beers. And let's just relax for a minute, alright? Chill. Western countries, mind your business. Ukraine, Russia, go sit down and talk. This leads us back to Switzerland and their massive list of bunkers. I know, I was all over the place. Took some time, we got here. But like I said, context is key. You need some details and things that go around. So, let's get dug back in. During World War II, with the growth of both Nazi Germany and fascist dictator Benito Mussolini of Italy, the Swiss people felt the only way to stay safe. Yeah, see, they thought about it. The only way to stay safe while also maintaining their neutrality was to do what they always do best: dig. The real life dwarves, or Dwemer, for all my Elder Scrolls fans out there, the Swiss people were always excellent when it came to digging. And by living in a mountainous region like they do in the Alps, well, let's say they were provided the perfect structure for a fort to be created for the safety, once again, the safety of their people and to the detriment of their enemies. The bunkers, natural terrain, and political intelligence has kept them not just feeling, but actually being safe. I've said it in the previous talks when it came to gun violence. As always, people don't feel safe. They don't feel safe when they go this place. How are kids supposed to feel safe? In the UK, when I covered the knife epidemic thing, it's like, oh, well, how are kids supposed to feel safe when people are getting stabbed? And how do you feel safe going to a party knowing somebody can just stab you any moment? We need to stop the violence. Yeah, but all your measures are for the purpose of feeling safe, not actually being safe. I don't care if you feel that what I'm doing is overkill. If it actually keeps you safe, that's what's important. So, shout out to the Austrian, Switzerland presidents for doing what they do to keep their people safe. Because that's what's important. You actually being safe. A country whose biggest asylum seekers prior to the war came from Afghanistan, Turkey, and the African country who has one of the best country names to me, Eritrea, boasted a total of 13,226. That was their list of asylum seekers from 3 countries from the African continent. Well, that number has been eclipsed by more than 70,000 refugee seekers from Ukraine. Our country goes from 13,000 plus to 70,000? What? I mean, you got 1.3 billion to throw out there. I can see why 70,000 plus is going to come to that door like knock knock. I'm seeking help. I'm seeking refuge. I'm seeking shelter. Can you help? I mean, you are neutral, correct? Can you help? Like I guess so. Get them some warm clothes and blankets. This has sent prices through the roof as supply and demand for makers of bunkers and bunker supplies, thus creating a question of what would Switzerland do if people come seeking shelter from the war? Because, I mean, they clearly have the space. The question then becomes, what does this mean for the safety of Switzerland? What does this mean for the safety of the Swiss people? And what does this mean for the Swiss economy? Because altogether, it leads to the ultimate question. What does this mean for the Swiss neutrality? Hey, Sean here. And I wanted to take this time to talk to you about our foundation that can use a little assistance. The Wales Rugby Academy is a foundation developed and run by former Ugandan women's national team player, Miss Fortunate Irakonda. She is providing children with the opportunity at a future through sports, teamwork, and leadership development. But like always, in the end, there's only but so much one person can get done on their own. So I'm asking you, take the time and click on the link in the description to see what the Wales Rugby Academy has to offer. Join the likes of York Rugby League Football Club in England, the European Rugby League, and yours truly, Sean D. James, in aiding communities with a brighter future. For more information about funding, potential partnerships, and sponsorships, Ms. Irakonda's information will be below. Thank you for your time, and now back to the show. I personally would really question a person's motives and trustworthiness if you try to guilt trip me into putting another population before my own. I believe it would be in Switzerland's best interest to get into lockstep with Austria and hold true to the identity of being neutral and either ignore both sides or be a bridge builder for both sides. This is the key to long-term survival of their countries. I mean, once again, you have 70,000 plus people, 70,000 plus, who are refugees in your country. 93,000 plus to Austria. And only 3 countries hitting the millions. Hold on. Wait. You mean to tell me the 2 countries that are staying neutral didn't break 100,000? But the countries that aren't neutral surpassed a million. So let's see what those three countries are. Germany with 1 million, Poland with 1.6 million, and close to 3 million is, no, that can't be right. What? Really? Germany at 1 million, Poland at 1.6, and Russia close to 3 million. How did how is it possible that Russia has that many Ukrainians seeking refuge when they're the aggressors? Seems like there's a little more to that story that's being put out there that people don't know about. So when Putin took those four territories and said, boom, they're annexed. They're now Russian territories. They're Russian people. I guess that's how we get close to 3 million people saying, I'm a refugee and I'm in Russian territory. Once again, I'm going to reiterate. As a U.S. citizen, I truly mean it. I truly mean it. G-Eazy style. You know I mean it. When I wanted the U.S. to have put a minimum of 35% of that financial aid part of their war packages, because that's what they were. Everything they sent has been a war package to domestic needs, because we have too many homeless, mental and financial unstable, emotionally drug-ridden people who need the help, guidance, and someone to show them the way forward. And I know I'm not the only one here in the US. I'm not the only citizen of a country who's going, hey, where's this money coming from that we're sending all this to this one European country? I know members of NATO have to look and go, Ukraine's not part of NATO. Why is my country sending all this aid? Why are we sending stuff that can help build our country up? What the hell is going on here? Can somebody give me a deeper story besides what I see on the news? The thing that my and your elected officials are supposed to be doing, yet have not forgotten, but chosen to ignore for their party's benefits and personal benefits, is we, the people, come first. You're elected to represent us, to help us. Yet, we don't see it. So make sure to hold your politicians responsible, not just federal, but at the state and local levels. Because we need to take our safety and security as serious as Switzerland. To think almost every home has a bunker. Yes, you heard that correctly. That pause in the middle was that dramatic pause. Every home in Switzerland has a bunker, which is treated as a storage unit in peace times. My guy, like, when Johnny Harris was over there and he was looking at all these bunkers, and he goes to the guy's house who, like, yeah, hey, this is my house, this is the bunker. He is like amazed by it. He's just like, it's such a big, heavy duty door. Look at this handle. Oh my, you got all this room in your basement? You have a sub basement. like you have a basement within a basement with storage. What? And the guy is like, he's like, it's funny, like every time we get Americans here, like they do Airbnbs, and they see this, they just get amazed, like, what is this? What is this big door for? What is going on? It's like, oh, those are our bunkers. You're what? Wait, every house has one? Are you serious? Oh my god. Like I would be the same way if I didn't know that and I go to an Airbnb in Switzerland because we're doing a tour of European countries and we just stop in Switzerland. I'm gonna be like, hey, what the fuck is this? I'm gonna get paranoid real quick. Like, yo, what the fuck is with this big ass door? We out. Don't unpack nothing. We out. We out. Let's go. Get outside. Get back in the car. Hey, what's up with that big ass door in the basement, bro? Yo, we canceling this Airbnb. Like, what? Sir, that's our bunker. That's your what? It's our bunker. Every house has one. It's a part of our government. It's law. Every house is to have one. If you don't have one, there's a community one for people to pay into. We pay an annual fee of 600 francs. So we pay into having an opportunity to have shelter and safety in the event of war. Are you serious? Sir, I need you to come here back to the house right now. I need you to come to the house right now and prove this to me because as far as I'm concerned, that's some evil kill room. I'm in Europe and this is about to be a remake of Hostel with black people. like like hold on, how many people here? Shit, majority of us are black. Okay, yeah. We're gonna die. Like, I'm not about to die in fucking Switzerland with a guy looking at me die eating a fucking Toblerone. Just like, you said you want some Swiss cheese, right? On that sandwich? Like, go fuck yourself. Like, I would panic if I saw that door. I would be like, yo, get out this house ASAP. So to have that a part of the law that every house is to have a bunker, what? What? That is a thing of beauty, man. I remember growing up and the jokes about crazy white people being preppers, them having TV shows about it. Why would you ever need something like that? Ha ha ha. Ha. Like people would laugh at this stuff. But it's these same preppers when the pandemic happened were like, people fighting over toilet paper. What? Long lines to get into food stores. You're limited on how much water you can get. How many carton of eggs? What? How much food is available? What? And they over here on their farms and they bug out areas, got places in the woods, and they just like, who's the crazy white people now? Who's the country hillbillies now? We done got all we need. We got a fresh water supply. We got our stocked up canned foods, our preservatives and jams. We done turn around got plenty of eggs. We got plenty of grain. We good over here. We got meat. What? You not eating no venison. You don't want to eat no duck. You don't want to go bird hunting. What? We done went and hunt some elk. We done hunt some bison. We got enough food and meat here for our family of 5 for the next year. The pandemic went how long? You're gonna stop me from going hunting outside in the wild for my food? Nah, I'm good. I can provide for mines. Oh no, there's no more aspirin. There's no more tampons and pads. What are we gonna do about pharmaceuticals? Them crazy white people, them preppers, were the ones who were good, while everybody else was in them long ass lines. No matter what food store you went to, unless you had that family member who was first responder. We get to go in first, right alongside the elderly. Otherwise, you was outside waiting. Now, that to me was crazy. But here we are, talking about a possible World War III. And Switzerland's prepared. Why? Because they are fortified and have been since World War II. So my closing thoughts on this matter is Invest in your future safety. Look into a dual or multiple citizenship. Keep your mind open to things like independent news and investment markets, not just stocks. Look at markets. Look into things that are outside the norm. Expand your horizons, literally. I mean, there's nothing more I can say to this. As always, the material is going to be in the links down below in the show notes, so you can watch the video for yourself. You can see how these bunkers are, how one guy bought a bunker. Oh my God, how much was that thing? I think it was around, what is this, the one that was going on the internet? It was like a couple, like 40 million, I believe. Like, he paid 40 million for a bunker that was set to be like military setup. Its own triage, mess halls, water filtration systems. Like, you're literally on one of those little, like, you could drive a golf cart through this thing because that's how long it is. I want to say it was probably like a 2-mile bunker. 2-mile long bunker in multiple directions, multiple sleeping quarters, everything. Self-efficient with the power source, manuals on how to make sure everything is good, everything's operating fine, cutouts, yes, cutouts in the mountain itself with the what else? The cannons and mortar fire for your protection. And I'm like, yeah, my man bought this. He came out of pocket and bought this. One guy bought one and turned it into a hotel and Airbnb underground with a restaurant inside. Like, wait, this is an Airbnb hotel setup? What? With a restaurant? Yeah. Oh my God, I want to say it was a Michelin star chef who cooks there. Safety, independence, an investment moneymaker. Yeah. He did well for himself. I'll be honest, people. I look into these things. I look into the citizenships, and there's many options out there. You don't always have to turn around and do the whole residency and live there. I covered this on the previous episode, which was episode 4. There's the residency, there's the CBIs where you buy your citizenship. It's hybrid programs, there's things out there. Just look, do your best to take care of yourself and others. And I'm done. We're going to leave it there. This has been quite a lengthy episode here. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, enjoy yourself, enjoy the day, and stay prosperous. Peace.
Water broke from the spill and now I see